My mother's nephrologist handed us a 4-page list of everything she could no longer eat. 4 pages of no. Not one word about what she should eat. Not one vegetable that could actually help her kidneys heal. I spent 6 months finding that list myself, and today I'm giving it to you for free. Because here's what nobody tells you after a kidney diagnosis, and I'm talking stage 2, stage 3, even early stage 4. Your kidneys have a remarkable ability to stabilize and in some cases partially recover, but only if you stop feeding them what hurts and start feeding them what heals. The problem is most seniors are doing the opposite without even knowing it. Before we get into the 5 vegetables, I need to tell you something that might make you angry, and you deserve to hear it. There is a vegetable most seniors eat every single day. It's on almost every kidney diet list you'll find online, and new research published in the Journal of Renal Nutrition suggests it may be accelerating kidney damage in people over 60, not protecting it. I'll tell you exactly which one and why in this video. Stay with me. Now, the 5 vegetables that clinical evidence consistently shows protect, support, and in some cases help heal kidneys in adults over 60, starting with number 5. Number 5, and this one surprises almost everyone, cauliflower. I know, it sounds too simple, but hear me out because this is one of the most clinically significant swaps you can make, and it takes about 3 minutes at dinner. Most seniors over 60 are still eating potatoes as their primary starch. Potatoes are high in potassium. When your kidneys are even mildly stressed, and after 60, most kidneys are filtering about 30 to 40% less efficiently than they did at 40, excess potassium builds up in your bloodstream. This puts direct strain on your heart and accelerates the workload on already tired kidneys. Cauliflower has roughly 1/3 the potassium of a medium potato. It's also high in indole compounds. These are natural anti-inflammatory agents that a 2021 study in Nutrients found reduce uremic toxin production in the gut. Uremic toxins are essentially waste products that damaged kidneys struggle to filter. Reducing how many your body produces in the first place is one of the smartest things you can do. The swap is this simple. Boil cauliflower, mash it with a small amount of olive oil and garlic, and use it exactly where you'd use mashed potatoes. The texture is nearly identical. The taste difference is minimal, but the impact on your kidneys over 6 weeks, based on what senior CKD patients have reported and what the research supports, can be measurable. One woman in a kidney health support group described her husband's creatinine levels after 8 weeks of this swap. She said his nephrologist looked at the numbers and asked what had changed. That's not a miracle. That's biology responding to the right input. Number 4, and this one has a controversy attached to it that I want to address directly. Red cabbage. Here's the controversy. You may have seen videos or articles saying cruciferous vegetables are dangerous for kidney patients, and if you're in late-stage CKD, there are specific considerations. But for adults over 60 with mild to moderate kidney stress, which is the vast majority, red cabbage is one of the most protective foods available, and the research is clear on this. A 2019 study in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology tracked over 1,000 adults with early-stage chronic kidney disease. Those who consumed higher amounts of cruciferous vegetables showed 30% slower GFR decline over a 3-year follow-up. GFR, glomerular filtration rate, is the primary number your doctor uses to measure how well your kidneys are filtering. Slower decline means your kidneys are aging more slowly. That's exactly what we want. Red cabbage specifically is low in potassium, low in phosphorus, and extremely high in vitamin C and anthocyanins, the same deep purple pigments found in blueberries. Anthocyanins are among the most potent natural anti-inflammatory compounds studied in relation to kidney tissue protection. But here's the specific reason I'm ranking red cabbage at number 4 instead of higher. Raw red cabbage is the most potent form, and many seniors over 60 find raw cabbage difficult to digest. If that's you, lightly steaming it preserves most of the beneficial compounds while making it far gentler on your gut. Do not boil it. Boiling destroys roughly 60% of the vitamin C content and leaches the anthocyanins into the water. 2 to 3 servings per week, that's the threshold where the research shows meaningful benefit. A simple coleslaw with olive oil and a small amount of apple cider vinegar, eaten 3 times a week, is enough to produce measurable anti-inflammatory effects in kidney tissue. Before we get to number 3, I want to address something directly. Some of you watching this are not here for yourselves. You're here for a parent, a spouse, someone you love who got a diagnosis and doesn't know where to start. That's who this video is really for. Because the hardest part of a kidney diagnosis isn't the dietary restrictions. It's the feeling that the medical system handed you a list of problems and no real path forward. The feeling that you're just managing decline instead of fighting back. These 5 vegetables are not a cure, I will never tell you that, but they are backed by published, peer-reviewed research, and they represent something your loved one can actually do, starting tonight, that gives their kidneys the best possible environment to stabilize. That matters. Hold on to that.
Number 3. This is where we get into territory most kidney health videos completely ignore. Garlic. Not garlic supplements, not garlic powder from a plastic container. Fresh garlic, crushed or minced, and here's why the crushing method is critical. I'll explain in a moment. Garlic's primary kidney protective compound is allicin, but allicin doesn't exist in whole garlic. It's produced when garlic cells are damaged, when you crush or chop the clove. This triggers an enzymatic reaction that creates allicin. If you swallow a whole garlic clove or add uncrushed garlic to cooking, you get almost zero allicin. This is the detail that makes the difference between eating garlic for taste and eating garlic for therapeutic benefit. Crush or mince the garlic. Wait 10 minutes before adding it to heat. This 10-minute waiting period allows the enzymatic reaction to complete. Then add it to your dish. Cooking after this point does not destroy the allicin the way cooking before it does. Now, why does this matter for kidneys specifically? A 2020 meta-analysis in the journal Phytomedicine reviewed 11 clinical trials on garlic and kidney function markers. Consistent garlic consumption was associated with significant reductions in serum creatinine and blood urea nitrogen, 2 of the primary waste products that damaged kidneys struggle to clear. It was also associated with reduced oxidative stress markers in kidney tissue specifically. There's something else. Seniors over 60 are often managing cardiovascular risk alongside kidney health. Garlic has one of the strongest evidence bases of any food for reducing blood pressure, relevant because high blood pressure and kidney disease accelerate each other in a dangerous cycle. Addressing both simultaneously with one food is exactly the kind of efficiency an aging body needs. 1 to 2 crushed cloves per day, added to cooking after that 10-minute wait. That's it. That's the protocol the research supports. Number 2, and this is the one I need you to pay the most attention to because it directly addresses the controversy I mentioned at the beginning. Arugula. Most of you don't associate arugula with kidney health, and that's exactly the problem. Here's the controversy I promised you. The most common vegetable on kidney diet lists, the one most doctors still recommend, is spinach. And spinach, eaten regularly, may actually be one of the worst things adults over 60 with any kidney stress can consume. Spinach is extraordinarily high in oxalates.
Oxalates bind to calcium in the body and form calcium oxalate crystals, the most common type of kidney stone. But here's what most people don't realize. You don't need to form an actual stone for oxalate accumulation to cause damage. In kidneys already filtering less efficiently, oxalate crystal deposits in kidney tubule tissue have been identified in autopsy studies as a significant and under-recognized source of kidney damage in older adults. A 2022 paper in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases specifically flagged high oxalate greens, spinach, Swiss chard, beet greens as a potentially under-recognized risk factor for accelerated kidney function decline in adults over 65. Arugula is a low-oxalate green. It's in the same family as cruciferous vegetables. It provides folate, vitamin K, calcium, and a unique compound called erucin, a sulfur-containing phytonutrient with demonstrated anti-inflammatory effects on vascular tissue, including the small blood vessels running through kidney tissue. The substitution is direct. Everywhere you'd use spinach in a salad, use arugula. Everywhere you'd wilt spinach into a dish, use arugula or a small amount of kale. The taste is slightly more peppery, but most seniors find the transition easy within 2 weeks. I want to be clear, spinach is not toxic. If you're eating spinach occasionally with no kidney concerns, this is not a crisis. But if you or someone you love has been told their kidney function is declining and they're eating spinach daily, believing it's protective, this is the information that could change that trajectory. That's why I make these videos. Number 1. The most clinically supported kidney protective vegetable in the published research for adults over 60. Red bell peppers. I can already see some of you nodding, and some of you are confused because red bell peppers appear on almost every kidney diet list you've seen. So why are they number 1 instead of just a footnote? Because despite appearing on lists, most kidney health content never explains why red bell peppers are so uniquely powerful for aging kidneys. And without understanding the why, most people don't consume them in the forms or the frequency where they produce real benefit. Let me give you the actual mechanism. Red bell peppers are among the highest vitamin C foods available, more vitamin C per serving than an orange. In kidneys specifically, vitamin C acts as a direct antioxidant within proximal tubule cells, the cells responsible for the most demanding filtration work. As we age, these cells accumulate oxidative damage faster than they can repair. Vitamin C directly interrupts this process at the cellular level. But there's more. Red bell peppers are low in potassium and extremely low in phosphorus. Phosphorus restriction is one of the most critical and most ignored dietary factors in kidney disease. Elevated blood phosphorus levels cause calcium to be pulled from bones, leading to the bone fragility and joint pain that many seniors attribute simply to aging, while simultaneously calcifying blood vessels and kidney tissue. Managing phosphorus intake is protective at multiple levels simultaneously. A 2023 cohort study from the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, tracking over 4,000 adults aged 60 and older, found that consistent consumption of vitamin C-rich, low-phosphorus vegetables was independently associated with slower GFR decline after controlling for all other dietary factors. But here's the detail that most people miss. Cooking red bell peppers dramatically reduces their vitamin C content by up to 50% when roasted, by up to 70% when boiled. Raw red bell pepper provides the full therapeutic dose, sliced raw with hummus, added raw to salads, or eaten as a simple snack alongside a meal. That's the form where you get the full clinical benefit. Half a raw red bell pepper daily. That's the threshold. That's protocol. Let me bring this together for you. The 5 vegetables, cauliflower to replace high potassium starches, red cabbage for its anti-inflammatory compounds, fresh crushed garlic using the 10-minute method, arugula as a low-oxalate replacement for spinach, and raw red bell pepper for its unmatched combination of vitamin C, low potassium, and low phosphorus. These 5 work synergistically. You don't need all 5 immediately. You need one change made consistently. The research doesn't support dramatic overnight transformations, but it consistently supports incremental improvement, measurable, real, clinically documented improvement in adults over 60 who make targeted, evidence-based changes to what they eat. Your kidneys are not finished. That's what the research shows. That's what I want you to take from this video. Now here's what I want to ask you. Not to subscribe, I'll get to that, but I genuinely want to know, of these 5 vegetables, which one are you going to start with this week? Write it in the comments below. Not which one you think is most interesting, which one you're actually going to eat this week. I read every comment and I respond to as many as I can. The reason I ask matters. Research on behavior change in health contexts consistently shows that a public micro-commitment, even just writing, "I'm starting with garlic" in a YouTube comment, meaningfully increases the probability that you follow through. I'm not asking you to perform for an algorithm. I'm asking you to make a small promise to yourself in writing where someone will see it. That's the most valuable thing you can do in the next 30 seconds. If you found this video useful and you want more research-backed information presented this way, no fluff, no filler, just the evidence organized clearly, subscribe. Because next week, I'm covering the 5 beverages that most seniors drink daily that may be silently accelerating kidney stress. One of them is something almost every doctor recommends. That video will be worth your time. Take care of yourself and take care of each other.